because we got a big guy coming on for us right now. As soon as he's ready, joining us from Miami right now, our own Mr. Jim Behringer. Jim, how are you doing? And quite an exciting night for you. Also covering college football as well.
Yeah, it was a big night last night. Thanks for having me on. I want to make some time for you guys. It's been a minute since I've been here. Missed you guys. Happy New Year to everybody. And yeah, Team USA announcement today, Winter Classic. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm not surprised Adam Fox is not on this team. Bill Guerin set the stage in the summer during when the initial 6 were named to the team. He kind of talked about his play. And if the Mets and Yankees and Giants and Jets at the beginning of the year were, especially the Jets and Giants weren't, crapping the bed so much, and the Mets and Yankees were in a playoff race, the comments by Mike Sullivan asking for Adam Fox to be a little bit better would have made more headlines. The stage was set for this, for him not to be on this team.
Jim, we've talked about it in our group chat that you would have Adam Fox, who's point per game defenseman, not make the team, but JT Miller, who is the captain of the New York Rangers, who has been injured, who has been, well, still, any way you can slice it, he's underperformed. 22 points in 35 games. Like, how is he going to make this team? And although it's not confirmed yet, how is he going to make this team? And yet Adam Fox is not. And also, there was the tweet about the rift that could be potentially developing if Miller's not going to make it, but nobody was concerned about Fox. I think Jim's frozen. Yeah. By the way, Abby, I think you're right about this one. Jason Robinson better be on this team. They better be going younger, faster, bigger with Tage Thompson. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that. Still waiting on Jim. Yeah, I think Zegers could be somebody. Zegers could be somebody that could be like a good wild card. Like I talked about him a few years ago in the World Juniors being such a good player in that time for them. And hopefully, hopefully he still has that magic. He'd be more, see, that's the thing. But they're already going to have Jack Hughes on this team more than likely because you're not going to not go without Jack Hughes. We've had a lot of technical problems over the last month. So let's see. Still don't have anything yet. We're at 8:33. They're supposed to be doing it around right now, getting weather in New York. So, we got Jim back again.
Sorry about that. Internet dropped out. I'm sorry about that. I don't know.
No, it's all right. It's all right. So, Jim, what are you reading the tea leaves, and who are you hearing is going to make the team and not, other than just Adam Fox?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I would think like guys like Robertson and probably Cole Caulfield might not be on his team despite like them needing goals, right? Like Caulfield, for some reason, like I'm pumping his tires because the scouts I talked to leading up to this, it's like, what did USA lose by? Goal. Like, yeah. Guys score goals. Like, you still got to score goals. Like, and again, I know you were talking about JT Miller and I missed it, but like for me, I'm not putting JT Miller on this team. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it. Like,
right there with you.
I get it. Like, he's a Bill Guerin guy and everything, but you want to put the best team together. And I think a lot of these guys overthink this thing, when it comes to these rosters, and then they see, oh, well, why did we lose? We based it on this, this, and this. And it's like, dude, just put the best team together. Put the best players on. You don't have – like, guys can figure out what their roles are. Look, Miller's hurt. He's not even going to play in a Winter Classic. So, I mean, and now he's going to be ready to play on potentially crappy ice. Like, I don't know. I mean, to me also, like, look, he'll be on a team, but I don't think he should be on the team because – he's still injured, and we know he's still injured. Clearly, from the Sportsnet feed, Jack Hughes' hand is still not 100%. So
okay, we got some of the roster that's already been announced. That JT Miller did make the team.
Yep.
So did Brock Nelson. So Seth
right.
Jones did make the team. They kind of just went right by it.
Yeah.
On
I got
that.
all right, so I got the full lineup in front of me. It's pretty much it's so similar to the Four Nations roster. It's exactly similar to the Four Nations roster.
Well, this time Tage Thompson did make it.
Right.
But
no, so as I said before, no Jason Robertson, no Cole Caulfield. So Kyle Connor. So again, Kyle Connor, but you scratched him in the gold medal game when you needed a win and needed goals.
Yes.
All right. So Vincent Trocheck, JT Miller made the team. I'm okay with Trocheck. I'm not okay with Miller.
Gotta agree.
I'm okay with Trocheck because look, that guy to me, watching him play for the Rangers, he's a good face-off guy, good center. Like you can put him anywhere in the lineup, realistically. Like because Jack Hughes can't take face-offs right now. Like he can't. He can't take face-offs. So and again, no Matthew Nyes, which is a shame because he's a good player. I would put him on this team if you want to put grit. You want to talk about getting dirty. Well, he's a guy that can do that, and he's an elite winger in the league. The defense, I mean, congrats to Seth Jones making this team. But you're telling me Noah Hannafin's better than Adam Fox?
Phil and I were talking about this on Wednesday's show, and you got to be kidding me. That one of the reasons why Fox is not on this team is because Hannafin was such a detriment. Because at first it was Fox and Slavin, Phil was saying, and then they moved it to Fox and Hannafin, and Hannafin was just bringing Fox down, and Fox was going all over the place trying to cover for him. Look, I have lots of questions on this team because thankfully they were smart enough to put Tage Thompson on this team.
It's the Four Nations roster. It's just the Four Nations roster with Tage Thompson. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all this is. And look, you can't tell me. See, I'm a little bit flabbergasted right now. What does a guy like Jason Robertson, what does a guy like Cole Caulfield have to do to get on this team?
They're too small. That's the problem.
Okay, small or not.
Jack Hughes is small.
Yeah, Jack Hughes is.
I'm taking those two guys over Jack Hughes, and I'm a Devils guy.
Yes.
I cover the team, but I cover the whole league, as you guys know. I would put those two guys ahead of Jack Hughes. I would put Matthew Nyes ahead of him.
I mean, and then looking at the defense, trying to get the rest of that defense.
I got the rest of the defense for you. I got it. It's Faber, Hannafin, Quinn Hughes, Seth Jones, McAvoy, Sanderson, Slavin, and Werenski.
I mean, at least Sanderson's on the team, and Sanderson's been having a pretty good season. Seth Jones really played his way onto this team.
Yeah, he's had a great season for the Florida Panthers. He's been an absolute great pickup for that team. He's absolutely played his way on. Whatever. I don't know if that's the coffee speak. I don't know. Look, I watched a lot of hockey. I was at the Four Nations. Jack Hughes was invisible. Like he was invisible for the entire tournament. Like I can't invisible. It went away. I don't know what it is. He was invisible for New Jersey since he's come back. Outside of the one goal he scored, like he hasn't done anything. And the Devils haven't been great either. But that's a discussion for when I get back to New Jersey.
It is, and there's a lot of discussions we're going to be having about them.
Right. So, anyway, but focus on Team USA. I like the defense. McAvoy, good to see him on a team because of what happened at Four Nations and the injury and the misdiagnosis and everything that he had to go through. Jeremy Swayman, Ottinger, Hellebuck, it's the goalies that they were always bringing. I'm glad. Oh, Clayton Keller's there too. So, I mean, that's good. Larkin, it's like they brought guys that they should, guys that played for world championship teams and won. So that's good. But Tage Thompson, to me, you need that guy on there because he won. What did he win? Gold medal at the World Championships. So don't tell me, and this is the both sides of the argument, right? When it comes to this, you listen to what Canada's saying about their roster and why Bedard's not on the team and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
World Championships do matter, but Bedard played at the World Championships and put up similar numbers to Celebrini. I'd still put Bedard on Team Canada. There's guys on Team USA that have won at the World Junior level, have won everywhere that they've gone. Cole Caulfield, the leading goal. By the way, set records for goal scoring for the United States National Development Program. Won a World Junior. Like, he's like goal scorer. Jason Robertson, goal scorer. This team doesn't win because of lack of goal scoring. There's going to be questions. I know everybody saw the piece by Michael Russo on The Athletic. He's like, oh, we're not going to question. There's no second guessing. They don't win. There's going to be a lot of second guessing.
Yeah, Jim. And there's already sort of a lot of second guessing, but let me go with one positive that the United States did not have in the Four Nations last year. We'll start with Quinn Hughes. And quite a year for Quinn Hughes, who started with the Canucks, looked like he was still putting up Norris Trophy numbers. Now he goes over to Minnesota, where he's got his teammate Brock Faber going on with him. Hello, Anthony.
What's up, Anthony?
Yeah, we had a good shot of Anthony's crotch right
there. hey, Puck's Big Apple Hockey after dark in the early morning.
I mean, this is where that's where it's at. We're at our best, especially early in the morning without any rehearsal or any run through or anything like that.
Look, I'll say this. I agree with you. The fact that Quinn Hughes didn't play last year is a huge upgrade for their D, but you can't win on the back end. You just can't have your transitional game come from the back end, because we know what Canada is going to bring. We know what Finland is going to bring. And my question to this team has always been, in the Olympics, when they don't beat Canada or they don't get to the gold medal game, what do they do in the bronze medal game? Because we've seen them just go away.
Yeah. Now, one thing, I think somebody brought it up just now, but one thing that you got to love about this team, if you could tell me you have a healthy Jacob Slavin and a healthy Charlie McAvoy, that's
and a healthy Zach Werenski.
Yes. That's actually maybe a 1-2-3 punch.
Yeah.
That could slow down, because Charlie McAvoy did quite a job on Connor McDavid in the USA Canada game. And let's be honest.
But then he didn't play in a final.
Yes, exactly. That was part of the problem. Let's just also look at the goaltending for a second. Is there any chance in your mind that Ottinger could overtake Hellebuck?
Yes. I could think Swayman could overtake him too, because Hellebuck hasn't played great since he's come back from that knee surgery, and it's going to take him time. Like, everybody, let's not forget, I know everybody's pointing to playoff record for Hellebuck, but think about this for a minute. Vasilevsky had back surgery last year, and he wasn't the same player, and he's finally become the Vasilevsky of old this season. After, that's a good question. I'll get to that in a minute. He's become the Vasilevsky of old this season. It's going to take Hellebuck a little bit before he even gets back to his form. You hope he starts to find it heading into the tournament. But right now, for me, if I'm asking who the number one guy is going into this, it might be Jeremy Swayman out of Boston.
Really?
I think he's just been the most consistent guy this year, because I don't think the Boston Bruins are where they are without Jeremy Swayman.
I do have to agree with you on that. I think Swayman's had one hell of a year. I
think they're gonna roll with Hellebuck first game. But let's not forget this one. Also, you're gonna see you may see all three goalies play, or you just might see Ottinger play some games too, because the tournament's a lot longer, more round robin games. It's not like, you're not playing a couple of games and then, we're off to the final, like stuff like that. And also remember this, if Team USA didn't beat Canada that Saturday night and then they lost to Sweden, they weren't going to the gold medal game.
Nope.
So there's a lot riding on this goaltending and this D. Look, the D is great. I have questions about the offense because, again, yes, Austin Matthews is starting to find his form again. He finally got the hat trick. Looks like the Austin Matthews of old, but he's still dealing with an injury. And again, this may not be the final roster that goes to Milan. Again, we saw what happened with Bo Horvat yesterday.
Yes.
Is there an injury along the way? Again, is JT Miller healthy enough to go to this thing?
That's going to be a good factor to think about, because I don't think he was good enough to be on the roster to begin with.
No, neither did I.
Story. So then you wonder who would be the first alternate then.
I mean, again, are you basing it on need, or are you basing it on who you're replacing?
Let's say you're replacing JT Miller. Who do you replace him with? I mean, is he a setter? Is there other setters that we have to bring in, or is there like, I mean, do you try to squeeze a Caulfield in, and maybe that's where Vinny Trocheck's value comes in because he can play wing, center, everything.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nelson. Congrats to Nelson for being on this team, but I would have he's having a good season in Colorado. He's kind of flying under the radar because Nathan McKinnon is just, I think he's like plus 51 now. Like,
oh God,
plus 51 as a player. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but he's flying on the radar. I'm just not like, I don't know. To me, I would have just gone with a little bit of a different look going to Olympics. Just again, there's goal scoring needs. And this is a great question because, like, to me, if this was really the case that Adam Fox should be on the team, but like, I don't know, like, there's something about JT Miller that they love this guy. Like, no matter where he's playing, they love JT Miller. Like, I love JT Miller too, but like, his season this year has not been the best. Like, if this was the JT Miller of Vancouver in his contract year, I'd be like, all right, that's no problem. But like, again, Adam Fox's play last year with a down Rangers team factored into the decision this year. So why didn't the same thing go for JT Miller?
I am, again, beside myself in their thinking process. And I think some guys just have favorites. Bill Garrett had favorites with this one. Look, I mean, Jim, I'm trying to be as nice about this as possible.
No, I know you are. I know you are.
If you watch the show, you know I have lots of issues with JT Miller. I think about a play that happened in the Vancouver game 2 weeks ago where Trocheck went off sides and Miller took the puck and he slammed it against the boards, just firing it around the corner. Like, that's what a petulant child does. And if you were on my Pee-wee team, you wouldn't be seeing the ice the rest of the day, or at least the rest of the period. To be like, you don't do that. This is the guy is the captain of the New York Rangers. And yeah, and as my wife is saying right now, somebody called a wambulance. It's just, this is, and that's why when people talk about being a captain, people talk about being a leader. I think he drags locker rooms down. I don't think he lifts them up. I mean, that's me, and I think he's gonna have a section of the locker room that likes him, or the ones that hate him. So I wouldn't even put him on this team.
No,
like, I know there's been other guys in the past that they've questioned their character. I mean, the famous line of Brian Burke talking about Bobby Ryan, and I'm trying to remember what it was. That Bobby couldn't spell intensity or something like that. Like that's one of the ones that go in there. But I wouldn't put JT Miller on this team. I mean, Tage Thompson should see far more ice time than JT Miller. Shouldn't even be close.
No, I agree. Like, I like Vinny Trocheck on the team. Like, I really like him because, again, I think he's going to play center someplace, and he could be taking a lot of draws, especially for Jack Hughes. And I think Hughes would be on the wing, to be honest. Like, he's not going to be a center. And yeah, again, Keller and Tage Thompson were at the World Championships that helped USA win. So I get why Keller and Thompson are there. Those are two good additions. Those players needed to be there. And I agree with this. Jason Robertson's having a great season, great defensive player. Trocheck, I think he's a little underrated defensively. I think he's a little bit I think he's better than people think. It's just a tough year with the Rangers down year. But I mean, look, to me, this team, was always going to be the team, I guess. Like, they weren't going to make any changes. They made a couple that, again, but this was the team that they were bringing, and here we are.
I mean, but injuries could change things. Any word on Bo Horvat, by the way?
No, I haven't heard anything yet. I think it's kind of day to day. They're looking at day to day for him. But I haven't seen anything official than when he went down. But we may know more today. I haven't heard anything yet. But again, hard to speculate with injuries just because you never know. Because, again, there's been a lot of non-contact injuries in the NHL this year. And then guys going down to ACLs and MCLs and stuff. And you just hope it's not an ACL injury or an MCL. Because MCL it's actually tougher than an ACL because sometimes MCL you have to rehab more and you don't get surgery for it. So it's a little tougher for that, in my opinion.
Jim, we got to be envious of you for a second. We'll go back to Team USA in a moment, but what's the temperature down there?
It's beautiful. Like, I woke up this morning, go to the gym early, so it was cool down here. But it's getting warmer. It's like right now, I'd say getting to the 70s. You know, nice and cool. Game time temperature is going to be around 59, 60. It's going to be beautiful.
Nice. And so the Florida Panthers are going to host the first ever outdoor game in Florida. Anthony, we're going to get back to Team USA in a moment. And by the way, this is what Anthony's face looks like.
Not his crotch.
Not his crotch. although we were impressed with the package deal he had. But it was it's going to be 70 degrees at game time.
Probably like 59, 60 official game time temperatures.
But a lot of people have kind of reacted like, oh, they're going to have an outdoor game in Florida. I said they've already done this in Dodger Stadium. So what's the problem?
Well, I mean, let's not forget the New York Rangers played the Los Angeles Kings in a preseason game in Las Vegas in a parking lot of the MGM Grand. So, I mean, and the ice conditions have come a long way since playing in Las Vegas in 1993. So, I mean, like, look, everybody's seen the picture of the dome closed and this and that. The roof is going to be open. The windows are going to be open. And it's going to be like, I'm going to be honest, like people don't realize a normal NHL building is like in the mid 50s when they play, like inside temperature. So it may feel colder than that, but it's literally in the 50s. That's how they get the ice. And the ice, let's be honest, the ice conditions when they played in LA were probably close to what you were inside. That's what you're going to get here. And it's going to be a good game. Like, I mean, it's an important game. Both teams, like, I never get the uproar. It's about what would you rather enjoy sitting in? Game in Florida or freezing your nuts off like you did when Buffalo played the Rangers in Citi Field? I'm taking this every day. Like I'm being honest. Like I'm being honest. Yeah, exactly. I'm being honest. Like I'm being honest. This is the temperature. I know I get it. Like everybody's like, oh, Winter Classic, you gotta have this and that. Look, I was in Michigan. It was fun. That game was awesome to be at. But it's not about everybody else. It's about the market that you're in, and they're embracing South Florida. And that's what they're doing. And I love it. Like, this is great. This is how you grow the game of hockey. You're having 2 outdoor games in Florida. That tells you the growth of the game. They're trying things. Everybody complains the NHL doesn't do anything different. Well, here they're doing different. They still complain, but everybody wants to complain about something. And look, the game is the game. But think about this just a couple seconds. The Rangers played an important game against the Islanders a couple years ago at MetLife Stadium. Last year, Detroit and Columbus played one at the shoot. Points are valuable. This game has these points matter to these teams. Granted, I don't think the Rangers are making the playoffs, but still,
for a point percentage in the Eastern Conference, yeah.
But again, if you're looking at the parity of the league, I think you can build this up and say, hey, important game. But again, most and the smart fans and the followers of this program know Rangers probably not making playoffs, and the best thing for them would just blow this whole thing up. But again, it's just gonna be a fun game. Just enjoy it. It doesn't matter if it's in Michigan, in Minnesota. Like, again, me personally, I'd rather be down here watching games. Like, I'm not freezing my nuts off anymore. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Well, one guy that it would be, first off, one of the smart guys we have to always go to, and the picturesque setting that's right behind him, Mr. LaRocco. What are your thoughts with the game finally being in Florida?
I think it's cool that they're trying something different. I like the idea of it. I like how they're gonna have like sand and like beach type of themes out there, the landscape of the rink. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. We'll see what actually happens during the game. How the ice conditions play out or whatnot. But yeah, I have no problem with it being there. The only other game, or I would say maybe I would have liked to see like Columbus versus San Jose, like somewhere outside in North Dakota. I think that would be cool. I think that would be a game that would have had so much attention on it, and it would be like the event of the year. But no, I think again, yeah, kudos to them to bringing it to South Florida. I know their fans are going to be jacked up about it. I know Matthew Tkachuk practiced. I know he's not playing, but him showing up and taking a skate, it's encouraging. And also seeing Barkov. Barkov took a stroll out there on the ice too, and his brace on his knee.
Looks pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I think he'll be back if they make the playoffs. I think he'll come back at some point. But no, yeah, as Jim said, it's an important game. The Panthers are trying to make their climb back up the standings. Buffalo's making the charge. And yeah, I guess it's important for the Rangers. But Mark, as you said, they're dead last in the East in points percentage. I think the writing's on the wall for this team. But yeah, even still, they want the points too.
Yeah, I was also, by the way, very concerned about tonight's game because I thought they were going to put this as just like another game on the docket like they did last year, which would have been a huge mistake.
Yeah,
it still feels like the marketing isn't exactly right for this. And
my biggest issue with it is it's not on like broadcast TV. Like it's not on 2, 4, 5, 7. Like this really realistically, since it's a standalone game tonight, I believe it's the only game on the docket tonight.
It is. It's the only 8:00 game.
It's the only game, right? So it's the only 8:00 game.
Yeah. What is going on? Why is Adele playing?
I don't know. So it's literally smack dab in the middle of a 3 and a 10:30 game, which is perfect, right? I would have had this game on ABC Friday night. Like, I would have done that. Like that's what I would have done, but that's just me.
I think it sounds like the dogs are being very aggressive to each other right now.
Yeah, they're idiots. They're doing what they always do. Play.
So you look at the Rangers, they're 5-0 in outdoor games. The last time they were in Atlanta Classic was right before they started a rebuild. And a matter of fact, JT Miller scored the game-winning goal in that game. You got to wonder if maybe history repeats itself right now, and maybe they might win this game again, but it doesn't exactly spell success for the Rangers the rest of the year.
I mean, with Justin Dowling and Anton Boyd in the lineup, how could they lose?
Yeah, exactly. It's again,
and also a lot of mixed reactions because of the ice. To be honest, like Panthers liked it. A lot of Panthers liked it. Some Rangers mixed views on it, but again, they had the second practice. So again, I think it'll be fine for both teams. Like I skated on it on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. It was fine. Like I loved it. Like I thought it was really good. So
did you get to throw full pads on and everything?
No, I just immediate skate, just twirls like Barkov.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only twirls. No, only twirls. It's all right. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, look, Rangers lineup is nothing to be desired because the Panthers are only getting healthier. Like, and they're going to be a scary team if they make the playoffs. They will be.
The other thing is the Panthers are fully bought into their head coach, and you still feel like there's some resistance. I have no idea why to Mike Sullivan.
You guys know my opinion.
All the way.
You know my opinion on Mike Sullivan and the hiring. I didn't like it.
I know.
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was the right hire. But again, Drury's set in his ways. Now Team USA is set in their ways. And this is what we're getting.
Well, they've hired Peter Laviolette years too late. And they hired Mike Sullivan years too late, because Sullivan would have been a perfect hire after 21-22 season. Or sorry, let me correct that. The 2021 season, which is really just the half season that they had. He would have been a perfect hire at that time, but he wasn't going anywhere at Pittsburgh. It's just that, but that's the Rangers. They're going to make the wrong move all the time when it comes to stuff like this. And they should have gone into a rebuild mode last year, but you know what? No, don't worry. They're only one player away from a Stanley Cup.
This drives me insane. Teams don't embrace this thing. Just do it. Because if you do it right, it takes 2 to 3 years. If you do it wrong, it takes longer.
Agreed. And again, you need somebody from outside the organization, from a successful organization with fresh eyes, to really make the right decisions, I turn down to you, Mr. LaRocco, because you have somebody doing that with Matthew Darsh with the New York Islanders right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So, by the way, how about the Panthers playing their first outdoor game today?
I like it. I mean, they earned it, right? I think they earned it. I mean, the state of, like I said before, the state of Florida earned it. I mean, what, 6 straight years the team's been in the final, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, so Lightning and
3 years in a
Panthers.
row.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't have a I think it's great. Like, I love it for the game of hockey. Like, I love it. And next year we're getting Dallas going to be in a stadium series now too. Like, I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
Again, warm weather, Jerry's World. By the way, Jerry's World has retractable roofs, so I don't know what the uproar is going to be about that game.
You know what? If you could put a game in AT&T Stadium, you do it. Doesn't matter because you get almost. I forget what the capacity of it is. Are they over 100,000 on there?
They're going to be
big house.
I don't know. I don't think it's bigger than the big house, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
They said they could get close to that record if they do it.
But so let's go back actually really quick before we get back to you at TBUSA. So the only team that hasn't played in an outdoor game is Utah/Arizona.
That's coming.
Yeah, so that is coming. And there's been the rumors about like BYU or maybe something like that they do it there. Or just an idea somebody threw out there on Twitter. Anthony, who would you want to pair Utah against?
I mean, that's tough. Maybe a team like Colorado.
Yeah, I go with Colorado.
Yeah,
I go unless you want to show off the young talent, maybe you go like San Jose and Utah or something.
Maybe. But I would say Colorado would be my first pick. I mean, they're close in proximity. You know, it's just they're both kind of got that. You know, Salt Lake City. You know, Utah is a huge kind of like snowboard type of atmosphere, and so is kind of Colorado with Aspen and Vail. I just think then those two teams meeting outside in the elements would just fit.
I think that would be great having the two geological ones. And the thing is, you could actually kind of schedule around star power right now because you would still have McKinnon and McCarr in that game. So that would be a great idea. Now, you guys, by the way, you guys also were nice and warm when we were at MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, we were
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I still don't think it was that bad. I mean, if you prepare for it well enough,
it wasn't as cold as people thought of. Like the other games the Rangers played in, like the Yankee Stadium game and the Citi Field game. I think the temperature was a lot better at MetLife than it was at those two games.
The Devils game that week versus the Rangers, that was even colder than the one that was in Yankees versus the Islanders at night, and the Devils were during the day. All right, Anthony, let's get some of your thoughts on Team USA. We're going to go back to that for a little bit, guys. What are some of your surprises and omissions?
I mean, I think everyone's kind of surprised omissions are Cole Caulfield and Jason Robertson. Those are two of the better, younger American players in the game. I mean, Cole Caulfield has 20 goals, 20 assists, 40 points in 40 games, point per game player. Got snubbed from 4 Nations last year, and once again, not on the Olympic team. I think, look, I get it. He's small in stature. Maybe Guerin and the Brass have some concerns about his maybe his not necessarily his compete level. Maybe it's just his 200-foot game and his play in his own end. But when you're an American team that's going to be going up against a stacked Canadian roster, and not just Canadian, Sweden plays hard, Finland's plays stingy defense. Like you need a lot of guys that can put the puck in the net. And look, Team USA does. I mean, they have Tage Thompson on this team, rightfully so this time around. Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews. So they got guys that could score. But I mean, again, Cole Caulfield is one of the best pure snipers, goal scorers in the league. So to me, I don't know how you leave him off. And even Robertson is a great goal scorer. He's bigger, probably better than Caulfield in playing a 200-foot game. So him being left off the roster too is surprising. As far as guys who made it, I'm surprised with. And Mark, you know how much I love Brock Nelson. Times I wish he was still in the Islanders, although I love what Cal Ritchie's doing so far. But it's one of those things. He didn't have the great Four Nations tournament last year. He wasn't bad, but he also didn't really do anything. He was kind of just like
He was there. He was there. I agree.
Yeah, which was the same thing with Kreider last year. So I am surprised he got picked. Again, he's off to a good start, Colorado. I think he's got 30 points in 39 games. And again, you won't find a bigger Nelson fan than me. I love Brock Nelson, but I think, again, I maybe would have put a guy like Robertson and Caulfield over him. But it's the same case with Doug Armstrong saying yesterday why Bo Horvat made the team, which I guess we could talk about that later because now he's hurt again. But he was saying like Horvat, can play. He can play in that bottom bottom six role on an Olympic team like this. Kills penalties, fabulous in the dot. Similar to Nelson over some of these guys we're talking about, Robertson, Caulfield. Nelson has versatility. He could play center. He could play wing. Again, he's not bad in the dot. He kills penalties. So I think reasons like that and the intangibles is probably why they took him over a guy like Robertson or Caulfield. But I was a little surprised to see Brock Nelson on the roster again. I'm not going to lie to you. Other than that, there really weren't many surprises for me on the team in terms of the forward wise. I mean, you knew Eichel, Matthews, Larkin, Kyle Connor. Talk about a guy who had a bad tournament in Four Nations. He was not good at all. But again, when you're Kyle Connor and you have a goal scoring ability and speed that he does, I understand why they brought him again. You knew Matthew Boldy was going to be there, so no surprise there. For me, he was really the only other surprise. JT Miller, I'm sure you guys talked about it. I don't think JT Miller deserves to be on the roster, right? I don't think he deserves it. This is a guy that he is older. You're talking about, youth and speed. I mean, to bring a guy like him over Caulfield, Robertson, or, Alex Tuck, like, I don't see it. And I get, because maybe he could play a grinding game. He's a greasy player. Maybe they felt that they needed more of that, but I didn't think JT Miller deserved to be there. And then I'm sure you guys talked about it on the defensive side. There's the controversy with Adam Fox. Chris Drury was on the Team USA staff. Mike Sullivan's the coach, and they still couldn't find a way to get him on the team. So, with that one, I understand a little bit more. Fox, like Connor, like Nelson, like Kreider, he did not have a good Four Nations tournament last year. His foot speed was kind of exposed. He looked slow, and let's face it, Adam Fox, his speed was never his thing. He's not a fleet of foot guy. He's more cerebral, relies on his smarts, and his ability that way to defend. But I guess their concern is in the Olympic stage again that maybe he just doesn't have enough speed. But still a very good player. I mean, he's amongst the defenseman league leading scorers. But yeah, I that one will be talked about for a while. But they made their decision.
Yeah, Jim, you can look at this roster construction and you could say, well, they were in the gold medal game versus Canada, but they lost at the very end. And you basically said it was Four Nations that just redux. They're just like, all right, let's just go do it all over again. But do you think this is any response to Canada naming Tom Wilson on the team, or any other external factors that made them say, well, it's going to keep it pretty much as is?
No, I mean, Bill Guerin made a lot of comments throughout the summer and at the beginning of the year. He's like, oh, I want grinding guys. I want guys that can check and, intangibles and things like that. Whether it was Tom Wilson or Sam Bennett, I think this is still the roster. I think they made their mind up after Four Nations and, okay, let's see what happens at the World Championships with guys. But they knew who the roster was in the summer. Like, I was on, did some hits for some other stations and stuff over the summer. And they asked me about rosters for the teams. And I was like, I'll be honest, it's probably going to be close to Four Nations and outside of a couple of tweaks here and there. And that's what it basically was for Team USA. Like, we knew when we all saw the initial 6 come out, we're like, all right, but we already knew the goalies. Like, the goalies weren't changing. Like, they really weren't. If you really thought about it, oh, yeah, well, if Demko stays healthy, maybe he can get in there. Did he really have a chance? Like, did a lot of guys really have a chance despite – like, I know, people are going to say what they say publicly. Like, Doug Armstrong said, well, nobody played their way off. Oh, really? Sam Bennett didn't have the great start to a season for the Florida Panthers, being the number one center on that team. So you're telling me his play early in the season didn't factor in? It absolutely factored in. Like, play factors in, and that's what happened with Adam Fox. Again, I will say it again. Fox, there's been a narrative about Adam Fox and this Adam Fox hate for some reason that the national media has, which I don't understand because I still think he's a good defenseman, elite defenseman in the league. And he's proven it at the beginning of the year. I like, again, they made their mind up. Bill Guerin said what he said. Mike Sullivan said what he said. And that was it. He wasn't going to be on the team no matter what they did. Now, the question I have is, despite what Sullivan said yesterday in the press conference about how, I'm going to keep these conversations to Adam and I, he knows how to play the game. He's very smart about that. They're going to smooth some things over. I am going to be interested to see how the dynamic plays out moving forward with the Rangers and Fox, because we know what happened with Martin St. Louis and Steve Yzerman. I mean, St. Louis ended up getting on the team because of injury. But again, does Fox decide, you know what? These guys don't like me anymore. Do I want to go someplace else to go prove it to everybody? Hey, go Ricky Vaughn style from Major League. I'm going to stick it to you every time I see you play, stuff like that. I don't know. I think, Fox is going to keep doing his thing. He's going to be professional. He was disappointed, don't get me wrong, but he knew. Like, he already knew. I think Trocheck knew yesterday, but no one really asked him about it. And, again, this is Team USA's day to do it. Like, again, where we are, we like to see information come out early. I think Trocheck knew. I think Paul Maurice dropped a hint about the roster, and he's like, I probably shouldn't say anything. So he was, but it, look, I'm going to be interested to see what the dynamic is moving forward with Sullivan, Drury, and Fox. It's New York, right? But again, if this was any other market, if this was Canada and Austin Matthews got left off and the head coach was the coach of Team USA, it's a bigger story. Hockey, to me, in New York, it's a major sport, but it's not, especially if other teams are doing things.
Yeah, you're right about that. And first off, they should already send a thank you note to Jalen Brunson, who's going to help sort of curtail this narrative, because him and the Knicks are still winning. But it's one thing, again, going back to this, and we were talking about it, that JT Miller, there would be a potential rift if he wasn't on the team. So him throwing a hissy fit basically got him on the team. Or did he get on for merit? Did he get on for merit? I don't know what the merit is.
Not this year.
It can't just be, Bill Guerin can't just go, oh, well, you can't have a team of all grit. That's stupid. That's like one of those things where you're like, oh, I could win with 25 of that player. No, the only reason why that player is a guy that you can play anywhere is because you got other guys like Austin Matthews that can put the puck in the net from basically his own end. So that's one reason why you gotta be able to have some versatility. That's what frustrates me, because you can't have too much skill, or you can't have, sorry, let me correct this. You can't have too much skill. You can't have too much grit too, because it can't just be all sandpaper. Because if it's all sandpaper, where's the bandsaw? Where's all the other tools that you're going to need?
When Team USA did well, and I have to run in a minute. But my final point on this is, when Team USA was at its best, when they made the 2 gold medal games on North American soil, they brought goal scorers. They brought the variety of players. They just didn't try to play one way.
Let me ask one more question before you get off, and you can start it, Anthony, finish it up. But the USA mindset going into this Olympics, you could look at and Anthony's got Aho, Joel Mia, Granlund.
It's a good team.
Yeah,
it's a really good team.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about the Olympics. You get to see how global of a sport this really is.
So there's one non-NHL player on this roster, and it's Mikko Lehtinen, defenseman. Everybody else is NHL players.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by that. Finland usually brings more of a
non-NHL.
of it.
I guess they filtered deeper in years past.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. So the Canadians rookie Oliver Kapanen right here made the.
He's been good this year.
Rightfully so.
Very good. He's very, very, very good this year.
Yeah.
I guess to tell you how forgettable the guy on the Rangers, I just forgot his name out of nowhere. Uro Vakanainen. There we go. And he's not even on this. And there's only like 11, or I think there's 10 finished defensemen in the NHL right now.
This team right here is gonna compete. I mean, they're gonna be missing Barkov big time, but they defend very, very well. And I know if you look at their defensemen on paper, it's like, okay, Heiskanen and Jokiharju, they're not the best, but the thing is they play to the sum of their parts. And this team, Finnish hockey, is known for their stingy defense and how they grind you.
And what's missing?
This is going to be a good team.
And what's missing from this team? No Patrick Laine. He was on their Four Nations roster.
Yeah.
Because of his power play.
And also, well, obviously Barkov too is the other one that's
I mean Barkov, but I don't think he was ever. But Lundell down the middle is your number one. I mean, the kid, everybody's going to see. I said this going into the season for Florida. Everybody's going to see a different Anton Lundell this year just because of the offensive ability he has. He's going to step up. He always steps up big for Finland. This team is going to be very, very tough to play against. Whoever, they're a very good team.
All right. So where the question I was going to ask on this was, you look at, since they've been doing professional players in the Olympics, 1998, Keith Tkachuk goes on the tirade. We shouldn't have been here. We wasted our time. Then they trashed the Olympic Village. That leads to 2002, where they have a little bit more reverence for the Olympics. You bring in Herb Brooks. The entire mindset of the USA Olympic team changed, and they went all the way to the gold medal game. And if you want to say the words upset by Canada, I mean, obviously not really the case. 2006, they weren't even on the same ice as everyone else. That was the downtime for USA Hockey
and Canada too. They didn't bring up the best team to that.
No, they did not.
2010 was their year. That was their chance where Parise tied the game late. That was in Vancouver, and then that was the Crosby O team winner. But I thought they had a really good team that year. They had a really good shot. Unfortunately, they just came up short.
But that's exactly where the question is. Where do you think
when we had Ryan Miller on the show, didn't you ask him about that Crosby goal?
Yeah. Phil says I think I forgot to ask him because I always wanted to ask him. But yeah, I think he was just surprised by that.
Yeah.
Like
he had played so good in that. He played so well in that tournament, and then that goal goes in. Like it's that goal that wins it.
All right. I guess you kind of answered all that, Jim. I'll let you run on this one.
Yeah.
Team USA sweater, all time Team USA sweater. Who would you wear?
Oh wait, who would I wear?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. All time.
Right now.
Does it have to be someone that actually played for like Team USA, or are you talking just can you just get a USA jersey with your favorite American-born player?
No, yeah, you got to get a Team USA player, a guy that stepped up big for Team USA.
All right, so I have, I could go biased and be like, it could be Keith Tkachuk 96. And I love that. By the way, 3 of my favorite jerseys for Team USA is the one they wear at the World Juniors in 1960, the 96 and the 1980. The 1980 is number one, hands down. I could be a Devils homer, say Mark Johnson 1980, because he was a very big contributor on that team. I think a lot of people forget that. Wisconsin boy. Kenny Morrow's a good pick. You could go anybody from 1980. Big, all those guys.
First player to win the cup and a gold medal in the same year.
And a national championship all in the same calendar year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody forgets he won the national title before he went to the Olympics with Minnesota. He did it in a calendar year. Like one calendar year, he did everything. Kenny Morrow. I'll probably go with actually, I'm going to kind of go off the board on this one because I just think his play it's always been a fun tournament for me, and I think his play at the World Juniors was like unbelievable. I'm gonna go with oh god, Derek Stepan USA jersey because he played so well for them in winning the gold medal in 2010. Like that was you could put John Carlson there too. Like John Carlson, like that's a guy's probably not on a team, but like I'm going kind of off the board with it because I just think he was so good for that team.
All right, that's a good one. Anthony,
There's
how about
so
you?
many. There's so many.
There are
There's
so many.
so many.
See, for me, it's like obviously Kenny Morrow, as Jim mentioned, but like obviously none of us were alive for that. So like, the thing with me is I don't know why it's shaped out this way, but a lot of my favorite players, just growing up and even now, they've been from like other countries. Like Ziggy Palffy was one of my favorite players. He's Slovak. Turgeon's Canadian. I loved him. Obviously, I love Tavares. Canadian. Like a lot. It seems like Ovechkin, Russian. A lot of Sorokin, Russian. A lot of my favorite players are like all non-USA players. So for me, if I had to like get a USA jersey and get an American player that I really like, I think I'd have to go Brock Nelson because Nelson was one of my favorite players, and he's American, and like according to your rules, Mark, he's actually played on a Team USA now. So
Yeah,
I would go Nelson.
I got one for you. I was just thinking.
Pietro. I mean, I was a big Ricky D fan, and he played for Team USA. But I would go Nelson.
I got one for you because it's an inside joke with my friends.
Yeah.
But I get Mike Richter 96 Team USA jersey. It's an inside joke with my friends because everybody said Richter was my boy. And look, without Mike Richter in 96 and 2002, do they do what they do?
No.
Yeah.
No. He was so money for Team USA for the 96 World Cup and 2002. He tried to come up big for them, and he played very well in Nagano, given what that they were doing. They just could not score in Nagano. That was part of the problem. Although, there's been a lot of good representation for all of our teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mike Richter, Brian Leach. I mean, hell, even Mike York represented Team USA. Pat LaFontaine represented Team USA for the Rangers and the Islanders in both Nagano and I think it was Sarajevo.
I think
84.
I think Mark Parrish played for Team USA too when he was on the Islanders, and Jason Blake too,
and Matthew Schneider as well in '86, right? He was still
Brett Hall. Obviously, it was a dual. He played for Team USA. Everybody in Canada was mad about that one.
I mean, pick anybody from the
Madonna, Madonna, Mark Johnson. Well, that was really didn't have too many representation if you think about it. Like they had more Canadians than they had USA play. Like Billy Guerin was one.
Like
Johnson.
You had Bill Guerin, you had Mark Johnson, who ended up going to the Devils.
Well, Jack O'Callahan played for New Jersey out of the 1980 team.
Don't forget Brian Rafalski.
Yeah, Rafalski, that's a big one. Like that's a huge one.
He's one of the reasons why Brodeur ended up losing the starting job in 2010.
Yeah.
This may be true. He just recently got shackled and is like in serious trouble for some sort of just gross kind of.
I don't know. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah.
There's some not to go. Just Google it.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, Kirk Signetti, Google me.
Yeah.
All right. So Jim, what's on the rest of your agenda for today?
I just getting prep work together for the game later. Heading over to Lone Depot Park, Miami, and just kind of relax out, get some things done, and get ready for some hockey tonight.
All right,
Jim. I didn't bother doing it because just my life's so crazy right now with kids. So I'm kind of envious of you that you're able to still do this. But where did you what outlet are you credentialed? Does your credentials have? Is it full press or is it?
It's full press because that's the one that's on file. I mean, I could switch it over. I don't think it'd be a big deal. But that's the one. Like this one, I could have put Big Apple on because they wouldn't have cared because they know me at the league, so they don't really give a shit. But sorry for cursing. I mean, I guess we're allowed to do it.
Right,
But yeah, no, it's fun. It's good to be down here. Get out of the cold weather of New York.
Did you I remember I talked to Dave Pagnon about it a while ago, but credentials for the Olympics, it's through the IIHF. It's not the NHL. Like if you
That's
want
correct.
to
It's through
you want to
double
get
I.
a credential to cover the Olympics, that would be
double
pretty
I.
sweet.
It would be. I just don't have time to go to Italy.
Yeah, you're going to Milan. Now that would be a good time.
That would be a good time. I just don't
Yeah.
have 2 weeks to go away for 2 weeks. Like I can't.
Is that a credential? Is that still open though, or would you have done it a while ago?
I think it would have been done a while ago, to be honest.
Yeah, Mark, put in a credential to cover the Olympics in Milan. You need a vacation to get away.
Yeah, it'd definitely be. I mean, me and my wife, we were talking about trying to go to Italy for a while anyway, so maybe that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, we'll let you go and get on.
Take it easy, Jim. Enjoy.
Take it easy, guys. Enjoy.
We do look forward to the next time having a beer with you at one of these events.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to see you guys here. Definitely, for sure.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Later.
But again, this is a big day for Team USA, and I'm underwhelmed. I have to say, I think they fumbled the ball a little bit. I hope I'm wrong. Anthony, because I think they're going to need goals. And when you got literally a guy whose nickname is Goal Caulfield,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I mean, how are you not putting him in? And when you have, Jason Robertson, who's a 100-point scorer. He had 100 points. He had more points than JT Miller.
Yeah,
he had 100 points.
At least he included Tage Thompson and Clayton Keller this time, because they're both fantastic players. Tage Thompson, I killed to have him on my team. I think anybody would. So he deserves to be there. But the JT Miller, I don't see it. Again, I mentioned I love Brock Nelson. I don't know though. Honestly, even Vinny Trocheck. I know he's good in the dot. He's a hard-nosed guy. But even Trocheck, why is Trocheck maybe it's because Tom Wilson's on the Canadian side, and you have some guys that can really be a pest and be an annoyance. So maybe USA felt they needed those guys, and Miller and Trocheck, and then Nelson, not for his greasiness, but just more so as his strong 200-foot play and his penalty kill ability. But I just think you tried to reinvent the wheel a little bit too much. I mean, I know I'm fully aware that these teams aren't all-star teams, and fans do need to understand that. But when you're talking about Cole Caulfield, I mean, again, Mark, you said it best. His nickname is literally Goal Caulfield, and you leave him off the roster. I mean, I just can't get on board. I can't get on board with that. I just can't.
I gotta agree with that one. I can't get on. How do you leave Cole Caulfield off this team? I mean, and in favor of JT Miller, who has, hold on, let me throw up his goal stats, 10. So he's 10 behind the guy who just stop. I mean, I have a lot of, look, I'm not going to lie to you that I didn't want JT Miller to be reacquired by the New York Rangers.
No, I know you made, yeah.
I was very much against it. I started warming up to the idea when he came back. I'm like, well, maybe they really got a guy who really gets it now. And now it's no. Every wart I ever saw in JT Miller, there's now 10 more. So it's so getting into that. I can't help but just, and by the way, they would love to bring this along, a Johnny Hockey jersey, like they did at the games.
Oh, because he would definitely be on this team.
Oh God, he would easily be on this team. Oh, who knows? He was might have been too small for Bill Guerin. It's one of those. How do you leave Robinson and Caulfield at home? I keep going back to that one, Anthony, and
and again, at least he learned from leaving Keller and Thompson at home. But I guess he felt he didn't want too much of a turnover for a team that at Four Nations did get really close. It's just one of the things that it could be maybe it'd be at play here.
But you can't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid of turnover. There was plenty of turnover for the 2006 to the 2010 team, and there were guys left off the roster in the 2002 team. If I recall correctly, I think the fourth line was Mike York, Chris Drury, and Scott Young. Like you talk about, by the way, other Islanders that were represented. I remember Nagano. You had Brian Berard playing forward. That was a
Brian Berard, yeah.
But I mean, you can't be afraid to bring the best team. Now, the most famous roster cut in USA history, we all know this. In case if you don't, I'm gonna still repeat the story because I have to act like I know it all. Is Herb Brooks in 1960? Yeah. He was in the Squaw Valley team picture, and 2 days before the Olympics, they cut him, and then he's watching at home with his father, and then they win the gold medal, and his father just turns to him and says, "I guess they made the right decision." Wow, that's every bit of that story.
Yeah.
By
the way, I'm going to be fired up to watch that movie around the time the Olympics start. I remember watching it before the championship game at Four Nations that morning. I was all jacked up. I can't wait for Olympic hockey because, Mark, if you rewind to last year, that tournament got so big, and again, I know there's probably a little politics involved because at the time there was the booing of the anthems and everything that was going. But I mean that game, those games were talked about from people who don't cover hockey on my timeline on X, like just politicians tweeting about it. Go USA! Mm-hmm. I mean, Bill Guerin was on Fox News for an interview before the game. So like, I think the Olympics has the potential to be even bigger, especially if it's Canada versus USA again. I think it's going to be huge, and I can't wait for it. I really can't wait for it all to start. I think it's going to be a really good tournament.
I think it's going to be a great tournament. I also think, and again, one thing about this tournament, Anthony, is it truly is a global game. Like, there aren't many teams that are in the Olympics that you can just scratch off the list and just say, sorry, you're not making it. There aren't many, because you could make a case for Finland going to get the gold. You could make a case for Sweden going for gold. There's plenty of those teams down the line. Slovakia is going to have a pretty good team, and the Czechs. Don't forget the Czechs. Czechs were the world champion.
Yeah, I think so. I think yeah.
And I think they're the defending gold medal champion.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Slovakia has. I mean, they're not as good as they were because guys like Hossa, Chara, they all aged out, retired. But like Gaborik, so they're definitely not as good as they once were. But I mean, they still got pretty good players. Isn't Kopitar is Slovenia, right? Not Slovakia.
Yeah, Slovenia. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I think about it, who is Slovakia's top player on their, like, right now?
I gotta go through the list on nationalities. These are some of the things we're probably going to be doing over the next.
I know Pasternak plays for the Czechs.
Czechia.
He's not.
Yeah.
So Slovaks.
It's so hard for you to keep on saying Czechia.
I gotta look it up now because I feel like. Well,
I know DP was making a joke about this. Maybe they want Ranger fans to watch the Olympics. This is who I'm watching. I'm watching Team USA. For 2 weeks, I do not care what NHL team somebody plays on. And the perfect example of that was Zach Parise. Because every time he scored, I couldn't help but go,
Marty,
really say there? Hugh Jessamine?
Marty Natchez is Czech too.
Yeah.
All right. So Juraj Slafkovsky, he's Slovak. He'll be on the team. Eric Chernak, Martin Feravari, Samo Nemec. Yeah. I think all their star players are gone pretty much.
I mean, it's.
Yeah. You know what team might be a little pesky? The Germans. You have Draisaitl, Stutzla. Who am I met? And there's someone else that's actually pretty damn good that I'm missing, but I think that team might be a
I'm
little.
trying to remember who their goalie is right now.
Germany.
Because I'll tell you one thing, the going all the way back to the 2002.
Oh, so yeah, Draisaitl, Stutza, Paterka, Moritz Seider, Lucas Reichel. Philip Grubauer is probably going to be their goalie.
Yeah,
but I think they're going to be hard to play against. They're not going to medal or anything, but I think they're going to be a little pesky.
When you have one of the best players in the world on your team, look at what now. Granted, I'm just saying in general. Look at Nemec. I thought isn't Simone Nemec Czech?
Nito is Swiss.
Yeah, Nito Swiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
David Rittich.
No, I don't think
Riddick. Sorry.
I don't think Riddick. Let me check.
I thought Riddick is Swiss too. No, I think he's Czech. I think he's Czech. And
Riddick is.
We keep saying
Yep.
Czech. We're gonna start.
Riddick is Czech. I wonder if he'll make the team.
You better bring him.
What other Czech goalies would?
You got a bunch of Czech goalies, I think, right now. Lucas Dostal.
Oh yeah, Dostal probably will be there.
Dostal, Dobich. But if you're telling me 3, I'm bringing Riddick just because Riddick makes the save.
Yeah, Dostal is Czech. He is.
Simone Nemec is Slovakian. Wicked is saying. All right, so
yeah.
Yeah. There are some of those guys like there's for a while you thought Thomas Vanek was like German or something like that.
No, he was Austrian. Yeah.
Austrian, sorry, that was it.
You know what, Mark, what's funny is I'm sure you know this, but if you're the host nation, you automatically get a bid in the tournament. So it's gonna be pretty funny to see Italy take on teams and get absolutely trounced.
I mean, Japan was in the Olympics too, and
yeah,
they were the biggest regret I believe a lot of people had around that time was there was one player of Japanese descent that they all wanted to see, and it was Paul Correa, and Gary Suter had to knock him out of the Olympics with a hit right before the games.
Paul Correa, he's not born there. He played.
No, he's not born there. They just wanted to see because he's Japanese Canadian.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm Tony D'Angelo. And it's funny about this comment because I think I don't know if it was you had talked about with it, but for a team like Italy that, let's face it, they're really gonna have nobody. I think they should allow NHL players who are heritage from that to represent, like, Kyle Palmieri, Tony D'Angelo, Andrew Maggi.
Well, like the way Mike Piazza was able to get there.
These guys should have played for Italy at least, because then it at least makes it, Vatrano at least makes it competitive for them. Because let's face it, that's not fair. They're going to get their doors blown off. At least if you allowed guys like Palmieri, D'Angelo, all the Italian Americans to play for Italy, at least they would have somewhat of a fighting chance. But
kind of like the Coach Chippy sketch that he made today this week, which was all right. Well, I want to change my citizenship to what? I don't know. My country hates me. And it's Sam Bennett. It was Mark Scheifele, and it was I forgot who the third guy was. Connor Bedard. That's who it was. Like, go put it in there.
As someone though, like myself, Laraco, I mean, I'm very much, my mom's father was born in Italy. Like, I would love to see Italy do well, but I know they're gonna get smoked.
DP, by the way, I did mention that Mike Piazza did play for them in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
However, the last thing I can remember was it Italy or was it France that in, I want to say it was the 94 games, might have been the 92 games, that I remember Team USA tied it. I think it was Todd Marchant tied it late, and they ended up tying 4-4. But is what it is. And
I'm looking up there aren't many. Let's see, according to Quant Hockey, there have been just 20 players that played in the NHL that were actually born in Italy. A guy named Bob Mano is the NHL Italian-born scoring leader with 173 points in 371 NHL games. Never heard of him, but he was drafted by the Canucks. Yeah. Interesting.
Lucas Pisa, wicked saying right there.
No, Lucas Pisa is not Italian. I think he's Swiss. I think.
That very well might be true because after all, sorry, I had to blow my nose, everybody. But because
he's right. Yeah, Lucas Pisa. Sorry, Lucas Pisa was born in. Yeah, he was born in Italy.
Okay, how about that?
Yep.
How about that? Hey Anthony, you want to play a quick puck doku, but you want to actually make it that we have to name Olympians?
There's a bear shit in the woods.
All right, so we'll do that one real quick. Because a little bit of a shorter show today, guys. I don't know why I always do this. Puck doku. I always like spell it Dooku. Maybe I'm thinking of.
We also talk about Bo Horvat.
Yeah, I mean, first off, again, Bo Horvat. Congratulations to him making the team.
Did you see that? Okay. Did you see the injury? I sent the video in our.
Yeah, I saw it. It looks like it might not be as bad, but how many times have we said that throughout the years? Oh man, Bacon right here on this. Brutal. Bill Guerin picked the wrong guys. McAvoy, most overrated defenseman in the league. I don't know about that. McAvoy made Connor McDavid uncomfortable last year. Let's not forget that's one reason why USA was able to beat Canada. But I do agree with you. JT Miller, and we've been on this. JT Miller and Vinny Trocheck making it. I think you could make a case for it. But all right, Anthony, let's go with these. Our x-axis is the Canucks, Kings, and the Boston Bruins, and the y-axis is the Blue Jackets, Oilers, and the 2023 playoffs. 24 playoffs, and you can only name Olympians. That's the rule we're trying to go with right here. So, Anthony, where can we start out?
It's going to be tough to do with keeping a low score.
Well, we're going to try to keep the low score because, unfortunately, this playoff run, Thatcher Demko is the only one I could think of that was an Olympian.
No, then don't do. We're gonna have the.
Oh, actually, JT Miller was on there. So he's an Olympian.
I know he's not an Olympian, but it'll be a low score. Did Otto Ratu play for the Canucks? Did he play a playoff game for them that year?
I think he might have that year. So let's.
But no, don't plug it in yet. I don't know if he might not have because he spent a lot of time in the AHL. So
okay,
I would check
that.
Let me check first.
By the way, we had a lot of people joining us on Instagram and going back and forth. So everybody, thanks very much for joining us there.
No, he did not play. Well, no, 23-24. No, he did not play.
He did not play a playoff game. Okay. No. All right. Well, I know if we actually tried to keep to Olympians, I think it's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, so I don't know. I would say for let's see, Boston and Columbus, Mark. I don't know if he was an Olympian. He might have but you could put Matthias Tamander for Boston and Columbus. He might have represented Sweden at some point, but probably not. But
yeah, so we'll go Matthias Tamander. He's a 1%er.
Yeah. All right.
So broke on 1%. Let's see. Kings of Columbus. Is that your boy Jeff Norton?
Nope. Jeff Norton never played for Columbus or LA.
Oh, Scott LaChance, I mean.
Yeah, Scott LaChance never played for LA.
How
Um,
about Steve Hines?
Steve Hines?
Yeah.
Steve Hines, yeah, he might. I think he played for Bowl. You know what? Actually,
Yeah, he finished his career with
Jamie.
the Kings.
Did Jamie Heward? I think Jamie Heward might have played for both those teams.
Jamie Heward, and you'd be
Yep.
correct. Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
do Jamie Heward.
So we're gonna go Jamie Heward right here. Jamie Heward right there. He's a around 1% type of guy.
1.0. No, that's less. That's good.
Yes.
Vancouver and Columbus. I think Sven Butenshaw played for.
Breaking out the Sven.
No, I'm thinking of Dick Tonstrom played for Columbus. Sven Butenshaw played for Vancouver. He did not play for Columbus, so do not do that. Did Brent Sopel play for Columbus? Because I know he played for Vancouver.
I don't think he did.
I don't. Yeah. Damn.
I always think of Brent Sopel for I think it was the SNL sketch that what's his name did. Vancouver. He never played for Columbus.
For LA.
Right.
For LA and Edmonton, you could do Dennis Grabeshkov.
LA and Edmonton, Dennis Grabeshkov. Okay, LA and Edmonton, Dennis.
Greb.
There we go. There he is. Dennis Grabeshkov.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 0.1%er, Anthony. Nice. Yeah. All right, we still got 5 more to do. So Oilers and is a guy.
Did Bob Beers play for? I think Bob Beers played for both those teams. No, Bob Beers.
Always one of the best hockey names ever, Bob Beers, and I do believe you are correct.
Yep, he did. Oilers and Boston.
We're waiting on that.
Yep, he did.
Okay, so Bob Beers it is. Bob Beers, former New York Islander, if I recall correctly, as well.
He is. Yeah.
I don't know why my internet's so slow right now.
Yeah, I see that. It's like it's populating. It's taking forever. Your stream here is fine, but your internet's taking forever to populate the player's name when you type it in.
Yeah, I don't understand I think it's the site right now. Maybe we're causing this this whole rush over here. Okay. Right. You want to do the Vancouver side? Or
let's do Vancouver Edmonton first because Vancouver Columbus is giving us fits right now. So Edmonton and Vancouver. Edmonton and Vancouver. I'm going back to Butenshaw here for a second. I think he might have played for. Yes, yeah. So we can still use Sven Butenshaw played for Edmonton.
There we go, 0.4%. So a Columbus and Vancouver guy.
Did Adrian Aucoin play for Columbus at the end of his career?
I don't think I think he played for Chicago at the end of his career. As soon as I can even get my computer working.
I know he played for Arizona towards the end. I know he played for. He did, yes. His last season.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Adrian Aucoin. Okay, how about that? Adrian Aucoin, 2%er. All right, so let's do these at the bottom. Name a Bruin that was in the playoffs that year.
By the way, do you notice what I led you to do here with all these players?
No, they were all former Islanders.
Yes, but all defensemen.
Oh, see, Anthony, I like it how you have themes like that.
Yeah. All right, 23. This one's going to be harder because especially to keep low, because obviously you could think of Marchand and all the popular players everybody thinks of.
Exactly.
For us to maintain a low score here, we're going to have to think of like a fourth liner or a depth player that got like a playoff game in.
Yeah.
What about Park? You know what? I don't know if he was on Pittsburgh though already. Parker Witherspoon, oddly enough, another Islander defenseman. Was he on Boston or was he on Pittsburgh by then?
Parker Witherspoon was on the Bruins.
Did he play in the playoffs though? Is the
Play in
question.
the playoffs is a better question, and yes, he did.
He did?
10 times.
All right, yeah, do Parker Witherspoon. That should be a pretty low.
Parker Witherspoon is a good one. Let's go with that one. And again, it's Witherspoon like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a 0.8. So we matched up there. LA Kings. I mean, obviously, we had this back when they had one of my favorites, PLD.
Yeah. All right. So again, we can't do like Byfield, Cope. Those are going to be
it's going to be too many people. So,
did Josh Levo, or was he was already gone? I think he was gone by then.
I think the hard part is trying to remember. Hey, who did the Kings lose to? Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
You know what?
You could do a young guy like Brand Clark, but I don't know.
Well, what about Blake Lizotte? One?
No, Brent Clark did not play playoff game that year. Lizotte?
Big Save Dave was on that team.
He was. Lizotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lizotte played, honestly, he played 5 games for him. Yeah, dude. Wait, hold on. That was 22, 23. 23. Yeah, 23, 24. He played 5 games.
Okay, I'm going Blake Lizotte.
Yeah, I mean, because
he's a 1%. All right. And then the Canucks in the playoffs that year. Shoot. Dakota Joshua?
Dakota Josh, I mean, he should 23, 24. Yeah, but I mean, even though he's not like a star player, he's also got, because he signed a big, he might be higher on the percentage.
For that, yeah.
He might be higher on the, not Beauvillier, but again, that might be the same case. He might be a little.
Yeah, but I think Beauvillier, who was acquired mid-season.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. Anyway, Beauvillier played they traded him. He played for the Predators in the playoffs that year, so that wouldn't even work. Don't do that.
Sam Lafferty, they traded for.
I'm trying to think of depth players for the Canucks.
Oh, how about this one? I got one. Former New York Ranger.
What about Philip Di Giuseppe? Speaking of Italians,
that was exactly who I was thinking of. Philip Di Giuseppe. So that gives us under the amounts that we needed because he was under 1%. Philip Di Giuseppe was the third lowest one. I'm surprised these two.
Mikheyev,
and Lafferty was acquired at the trade deadline, so why would it be that?
Yeah.
Suter was the 1%er that was right there. Trying to think of which ones were a 1%er. We actually were underneath on this one. I think we were underneath on this one too. Oh no, we weren't, because Lizotte was 1.9.
Did you do the Bruin? Who was the Bruins' lowest one for that one?
Jacob Lacko.
Okay.
Yes, for Boquist. Danton Heinen. I thought he was on Pittsburgh at this time. So, and how do you
Danton
forget
Heinen was
Jason?
just involved in that Yegor Chinikov.
Yeah. And here we go to the pyramid. All right, so we're just gonna do the pyramid, guys. Oh wait, that was this week's. That was this week's on this one. We already did that, Anthony. So my bad. So there we go. We're just gonna cut back to us now.
When you did the go back to the pyramid for a second, you didn't complete it. You got it wrong. There was no top guy.
We got it wrong because we were blanking on who the top guy was.
Who was it?
It was. Oh, I'm almost there. And play now. Okay, view stats. Top guy was Daryl Sittler. Because it was Detroit, Toronto, Philadelphia were the top 3 bricks, but they had to have 100 penalty minutes of the season. I think it was they had to have 10 goals of the season, and there was something else that was like, I forgot what they were.
So, I think Sweden's going to announce their roster around 10:15. So, if you want to just hang out until we'll announce.
I guess we'll hang out for a few more minutes.
You want to do in the meantime? Actually, do you want to do a quick
obscurities?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you the same 6 I gave Phil, if you're ready.
All right.
'Cause I had 3 and 3, and I doubt you were watching on Wednesday. So
no, I wasn't. Yeah. All right. I guess you could give him.
So for those of you who haven't watched it with us, this is where we'll do a game where we'll name an obscure player, and then you have to name how many teams they played on. So, all right, Anthony, go right ahead. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You already have the players, so you could go. You could give it to me first.
I can. Okay. 30 seconds will start as soon as I give you the name of the player. We'll start with this one first. He played 711 games in the NHL. His name is Mark Janssens.
Devils?
Nope.
Oh, I'm thinking of Cam Janssen. The Whalers?
Correct.
The Senators?
Nope.
Penguins?
Nope.
Rangers?
2.
How many more teams you say?
6.
Oh shit, I only got 2. Blues?
7 seconds. Nope.
Jets?
Nope. And time.
I got 2.
Cam Janssen started with the New York Rangers. Then he played for Hartford, Chicago, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the New York Islanders, and the Minnesota North Stars. I always hate. I always liked the way they said that, and I kind of wish that they would go back to that where they were playing the they were Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. So right now, Anthony, you got 2.
Yep.
Let me update the scoreboard right here. Okay, and let's go with the next one again. Why is the music still going off every 5 seconds? All right. Anyway, I gotta get the timer ready. Anthony, your next player played for 5 NHL teams, 208 games in his career, and his name is Robert Petrovicki.
Thrashers?
No.
Rangers?
Nope.
Islanders?
1.
Whalers?
2.
Flames?
Nope. 3 seconds. Time. You had the the Islanders and the Whalers. You said he
Yep.
also played for Tampa Bay, St. Louis, and Dallas.
I get Robert Petrovicki and Ronald Petrovicki mixed up. That's why I said Thrashers, Rangers. I was thinking of the other one, and yeah, all right.
It's like that 30 Rock game again. It's doing it. I feel like deleting it. What keeps? Because that's not going to be something I'm going to want to keep going. Okay, so you got 4 points so far. Again, is it because of my microphone? Because I haven't been unplugged. Anyway,
I don't know.
I don't know why my iTunes keeps going off. So your last one played 453 games in the NHL, and his name is Todd Warner.
Flames.
No.
Rhett Warner. Kings.
No.
Bruins.
Nope.
Flyers.
One.
Canadians.
Nope.
Senators.
Nope.
Jets.
Time. And no, he did not play for the Jets. He played for the Flyers, Nashville, Phoenix, Vancouver, Tampa Bay, and Toronto.
Oof. I got 5
So
total.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go with that. And do you have 3 for me yet?
Yeah, I have. Let me just finish. Damn. I didn't like that one. Here. I really hope Bo Horvat's not out for a long time. That's gonna not be not be
I
very
hope
good.
for the sake of me, who predicted that he was going to be a 40 goal scorer this year.
I mean, they did.
I mean,
they did well enough without him the first time, but they dodged a bullet. He only missed like 5 games. If he's out long term, that's really gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
Big time.
And the one that's going to tick me off more, Anthony, is that then suddenly the Islanders then drift back. And then if they're drifting back to the pack, then the Rangers will then think, hey, we're still in it. No, you're not. You're not. Fewest point percentage in the Eastern Conference. They're not. It's all an illusion. And secondly, like the Islanders, speaking about illusions, the Islanders have given up the most high danger chances with the lowest goals against.
Yeah, that's thanks to because Ilya Sorokin, even though he hasn't played in a while now, still leads the league in I think goals saved above expected.
Oh, you mean it's not Igor Shesterkin who leads all eternity according to fans? All right. All right, Anthony, let's go. Who do you got?
Hold on, I'm just getting my last player. I'm just writing down
No problem.
Curious to see if Emil Heineman and Simon Holmstrom made this Sweden team.
The way they've been playing, why not? I mean, Simon Holmstrom, definitely. And you might need a shootout specialist. It's something you have to consider.
I would think Emil Heineman definitely made the team based on the season that he was having. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had people refer to Mika Zibanejad as having a comeback season. So,
all right,
this is a bounce back. This is like where the experiment is you're bouncing a ball on the floor and it actually somehow bounced slightly higher than the last time.
All right, I got my last guy for you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start you off. Let me get the timer because you shouldn't be doing the timer when you're trying to think. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Dino Cicerelli. Wow. Dino Cicerelli, let me think. North Stars, Red Wings, Tampa Bay, obviously. Huh. It's a good one. I got to check that one.
I think you're going to beat me alone because this first guy played for a lot of teams, and I think you're going to 1, 2. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Your first player, Mark, played in 894 games, and he played for 8 teams. His name is Rob DeMaio.
Rob DeMaio, the New York Islanders, the
Yep.
Boston Bruins, the St. Louis Blues.
Nope.
Played for the New York Rangers, didn't he?
Yep. 3.
Okay. The Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yep.
The LA Kings.
Nope.
He didn't play. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So you missed the Dallas Stars, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Philadelphia Flyers. You got the Islanders, Lightning, Bruins, and Rangers.
Yeah, because I knew for a fact it wasn't going to be that he wasn't good. That he didn't play for the Devils. I knew that for a fact. So,
all right.
Oh, how many was that? It was
4. 4. Yeah. So your next guy played 423 NHL games. He played for 4 teams. His name is Paul Cruz.
Paul Cruz played for the New York Islanders,
Yep.
the Belfast Giants, because I saw him out there. The Calgary Flames.
Yep.
The Ottawa Senators.
Nope.
St. Louis Blues.
No.
Detroit Red Wings.
No.
Okay. Rats.
5 seconds.
LA Kings.
Nope. Time. You missed the Sabres and the Sharks. So you got 2.
Sabres and the Sharks.
Yeah, so you got 6. So you
All
beat
right.
me, really. And I knew you were going to, because I knew you were going to fare pretty well in DeMaio. I wasn't sure.
DeMaio, I knew I was going to fare well. I mean, I wish the Belfast Giants would count Paul Cruz.
Yeah. How'd you know he played there? That's pretty good.
I saw the game. I played a game.
Oh.
I played a tournament in Ireland.
Oh, wow.
And, the game we were at, Paul Cruz was actually the captain of the Belfast Giants.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So your last player played total 613 games. And Mark, it's not Dennis Potvin, but it's his brother Jean Potvin.
Jean Potvin. I could name the Islanders.
Yep.
Montreal.
No.
Toronto.
No.
Winnipeg.
No.
LA Kings.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to see him. St. Louis Blues.
No.
Detroit Red Wings.
Time. No. You got 2. So that brings your total to 8. You missed the Philadelphia Flyers, the Cleveland Barons, and the Minnesota North Stars.
I could not imagine him playing for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yep.
That must be weird to have a Potvin jersey playing for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And just odd on that one. Paul Crew, the quarterback from the longest yard.
Yeah. You know what? One name I just realized we glanced over when we were talking about USA snubs. You know, we talked about Robinson, Caulfield, Alex Brinkett.
Yeah.
One.
I mean, good player. Not. You look at the rest of those guys. The one guy I got to credit, and I do have to say this, Anthony, I got to credit because he took a lot of heat since he went to Chicago, was Seth Jones. Seth Jones, everybody was on him for so long. He goes to Florida, plays great, wins the Stanley Cup. how do you just yeah, I shake my head about that one. Guys, we're staying on for a few more minutes, talk a little bit of hockey. You guys got some questions, throw it down in here. We're waiting to see what Finland's roster went out. Sweden's roster is supposed to go out right now. Got any Winter Classic questions or anything about the NHL? Throw it down on over here. It's Big Apple Hockey, also featuring the man to my left, or my right, whichever one, I don't know which one we're talking or pointing at. Anyway, the man from the Hockey News, Mr. Anthony LaRocco. Didn't get a chance to introduce you today with that.
Oh, Marcus Mariota.
I know. Although Marcus Mariota was out the other day.
You're an interesting character. All right, I got another pastime. I'm gonna sticking with the Olympic theme. I'm gonna give you a top 10 blind ranking.
Okay.
The category is going to be the 2006 men's Olympic team, and I'm going to add 10 players, and you're going to blind rank them on their, on how they did or what your thoughts are where they should be. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Your first player. Let me just look at this going to be. I know I'm going to try to fool you. You're going to probably expect me to give you a Keith Kachuk, but you never know. He may or may not be on there. All right. Number 1, Craig Conroy.
Craig Conroy. I think he was actually still at the top of his game right there. But I'm going to go with 5 for Craig Conroy right there.
Okay. Robert Esch.
Robert Esch came into the Olympics hot. He started the first game, but he quickly lost that job to the guy that would take over for him. I will put him in a 9.
Okay. John Michael Lyles.
John Michael Lyles. I gotta leave room at the bottom for him, so I'm gonna put him at 10. At 8. I mean,
8. Okay.
8.
Mike Knuble.
Mike Knuble is pretty good for the Red Wings. I don't think he had a good play. I don't think he had a good 2006 Olympics, if I recall correctly, and I think I'm still gonna go with 7 for him.
Okay.
I think that was when he was on the Red Wings, if I recall correctly.
Brett Hedican.
Brett Hedican had a good career. He had a very good season playing for Laviolette in Carolina. I don't recall what he did in the Olympics, but I will put him pretty high and say 4.
4. Wow, that is pretty high.
Well, he would go on and win the Stanley Cup that year.
John Graham.
John Graham, I got to put 10 because I don't even recall if he got any action.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Chris Chelios.
Chris Chelios playing in his last Olympics.
You have 1, 2, 3, 6.
All-time great. I'll throw him at 6. I think I'm making a mistake. Actually, you know what?
No, you said 6.
I said 6.
I
know you're going to throw out some clunker in a minute.
Jason Blake.
Jason Blake had a really good season. What do I have left? 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
I have to put him at 3 then.
Rick DiPietro.
Rick DiPietro, I thought was the best player on the ice for the United States, so I have to go with number 1.
And number 2, Doug Waite, the last player.
I thought you were going to give me the captain of that year, but you know what? Doug Waite
2.
Doug Waite would go on to win his only Stanley Cup, and he's going to be number 2.
Right.
and he
You
would
know,
play for a while.
Mark, I got to be honest with you. Looking over this team, not a very good roster.
No.
No, I mean Graham, Esch, DPF for your goalies, and then don't get me wrong, Lyles, decent player, but Lyles, Hedekin, Leopold's, I don't know. This was an ugly roster. Eric Cole.
This was the ultimate tweener team because you had all the youth coming up.
Yeah.
With Parise and Stasny and all these other guys. And I don't think Madonna was on this team either, if I recall correctly.
No.
Yeah.
This is probably the worst USA team I can remember.
Oh yeah, they're easily the worst one. I mean, I might even put 88 Calgary over them, or even maybe 92. And I think 92 was Albertsville and 93 was, you know what? I said it earlier in the day. I think Italy was the tie. I think there was France that they tied because they played in Albertsville, France. And I mean, Lillehammer was famous for the for the shootout at the end, which a lot of people forget two things. One, the goalie that was scored, the goalie that Forsberg scored on in that famous goal. And they also forget that there was a shooter that came on after him.
This is the 06 Torino games. That was the roster. Very bad.
This is the year that Sweden won. They went all the way. Henrik Lundqvist won the Olympic gold medal. Also, by the way, I constantly ask the question, which would you rather have, the gold medal or the Stanley Cup? And a lot of people would kind of say otherwise.
So the three, I'm waiting for the tweet with the whole roster, but Chris Johnson just said the Team Sweden goalies, Philip Gustafsson, Jacob Markstrom, and Jesper Wallstedt.
All right, wait, repeat those again.
Philip Gustafsson, Jacob Markstrom, and Jesper Wallstedt.
You got to have Wallstedt be the starter, correct?
I mean, based on how he's playing, but now so Team Sweden has both wild goalies on the roster, Gustafsson and Wallstedt.
Yep.
Interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. There was another guy we were talking about whether or not he could possibly make that team. I'm trying to remember what that was. Imagine going from 10 years ago, you could just pencil in Henrik Lundqvist for basically every single Olympic that we had. And then now they're very much up in the air.
Johnson says Oliver Ekman Larsson has also been selected to Team Sweden.
Okay.
So OEL.
OEL.
That's actually not a bad goaltending group. Gustafsson, Markstrom, and Wallstedt.
Yeah, they're steady goaltenders. I mean, do you give it to Markstrom first because he's the veteran?
I don't. His play this year, I don't see how you could.
No, I agree with you on that. By the way, everybody, we'll have a shortened down version of this going on soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hype these videos because I appreciate it to grow the channel.
Stefan Rosner just says Isles, Simon Holmstrom, and Emil Heineman do not make Team Sweden.
Interesting.
Either of them. I thought with Heineman's start in his goal scoring that he would have found his way on the team. So I'm surprised to see that Heineman did not get on.
I'm more surprised that that Holmstrom's penalty killing ability didn't.
Yeah.
You're talking about one of the most dangerous forwards, shorthanded. That's one of them. And again, everybody, make sure you're hitting that like and make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I also got to put on the hype.
So I was saying Heineman should have made it. I thought Heineman should have made it, to be honest with you.
McAuliffe. How are we doing, Mr. McAuliffe? I mean, Sweden's sort of like that dark horse. But then again, I think the ultimate dark horse, I think, is Finland to win it all. Imagine if they had Barkov. Oh my goodness. Because that's the thing. In Four Nations, they were missing Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah.
And that's a huge loss. But all right, who else we got?
I'm typing it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll flash it on the. I think this team could contend.
Jenny Rod saying right here, oh, I get it, but it's really sad they didn't Luke Hughes. Why not take two brothers and not him? I think it's a little bit tighter. Well, Luke has kind of dropped off in play a little bit, but I think it's a little bit tighter to make Team USA's defense if Adam Fox didn't make it. But then again, I still keep on going back to Adam Fox is a point per game defenseman, and you decided to keep him home. It's not like he's Lane Hudson. And I remember when was it Lane Hudson's dad that tried to say, oh, if Team USA didn't take him, he could always go to Canada.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And nice to see Joey about to go upstate. This guy had to make this team. So I always hate referring to players by. There aren't many guys I want to refer to by their initials and their numbers, like not Andrei Kovalenko. Trying to remember the Russian basketball player.
Here you go.
Okay, well here we go. This is it. Brad Carlson, Joel Eriksson Ek, Phil Forsberg, Holmberg.
Pontus Holmberg on the Lightning.
Okay, Kempe. I always forget Adrian Kempe is Swedish. Gabriel Landeskog. I wonder who the captain of this team is going to be. Lindholm, Nylander. That's Elias Pettersson, the forward. Yes. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Raquel. I forgot Raquel's first name.
Ricard
Raquel. I almost called him Warren Raquel. Warren Reichel. Lucas Raymond. Wenberg. Wenberg to make this team. Wow. I mean, he has had a pretty good season. So that's good news for him. Zibanejad, Rasmus Anderson, Philip Broberg, Brodin, Dahlin, OEL, Gustav Forsling. Matchup defenseman is.
That cut off Erik Karlsson.
Yeah. Hedman and Karlsson.
Yeah.
It's so funny looking at this and going, 10 years ago, you probably would have been like, Erik Karlsson's got to be the number one defenseman. Yeah. I'm not even sure he's the number 5.
Leo Carlson, no surprise there. He definitely emerged as one of the best young forwards in the game.
Yeah. I mean, there's now, James, we talk about this too. Russia not being invited makes it feel complete. Look, I've gotten a little bit of a verbal spat with somebody on Twitter about this. It's the slightest of the spats that you see on Twitter. But yeah, it's how does Russia not be in the Olympics? The Olympics has always been used as a tool of propaganda to begin with. But for them to come out and not have Russia in there while you've had games in Nazi Germany. So stop.
Pontus Holmberg over Emil Heinemann is an interesting choice. I don't understand that.
I mean, this is an interesting roster.
Matthias Ekholm is a notable omission.
Yeah. And he probably wouldn't have turned him down, so because you only get so many chances to play for your country.
I gotta look up Wenberg's stats because I'm surprised to see Wenberg 26 points in 40 games. He's got 7 goals. I guess they like his. I don't know. Does he kill penalties? Because I mean, 7 goals. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand that one.
Wenberg is a better two-way center than what people give him credit for. I know with a lot of us, you tend to look over and go, "Oh, he's just a one-way type of guy." No, he actually can play both ways.
Yeah, I mean, if Russia was involved, their 3 goalies would probably be Vasilevsky, Sorokin, Shesterkin, based on play this year.
Think about number 4 is Bobrovsky.
Yeah, I mean, even him too. He could
That's
be considered. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, they're very deep. They are deep. So,
But then again, which is deeper? That of the United States, which will throw at you Hellebuck. If anybody wants to say how valuable Connor Hellebuck is, he missed over a month, and Winnipeg is the worst team in the NHL right now.
Yeah, I know. Which again, no one saw that coming. But yeah.
Well, I did ask the question at Bar Talk that it would sink their season. Although we all said, I think the worst we said was beer.
Yeah, I thought they were too good, too deep. Otherwise, they would be able to get by. But you know, honestly, there's still time. There's still time. I know they're dead last, but listen, we've seen Calgary dead last. We've seen Nashville come back, and they've stormed back to get back into it. So you never know. But all right, I'm gonna head off, Mark. It was a nice little bonus morning show, but enjoy the winter classic later.
Well, absolutely. I'll be working tonight at Boss Croakers in Wantagh if anybody wants to come by. And we're going to be signing off as well. So we got the Sweden team on there, and we're going to be dissecting the American team once again. Guys, fantastic time as usual. Everybody, thank you very much. I know we got 3 likes right there from Facebook, so let's get some more of those. Hit the like button right now. And getting ready for the Olympics. Still not in love with a lot of these decisions. But everybody, take care. We'll see you soon. And we'll see you on the next one. Definitely Wednesday, if not maybe earlier. Who knows?